program, where we are going to be talking about how we are in a position to add value. I am a confirmed believer that is one thing we can all do together is using technology to make something that could improve people's lives. And nowadays, using technology, I believe, is a key element in the fight and the war against coronavirus. That's why we at WEBIT have announced the global health security challenge, COVID-19, and we have received truly phenomenal and I would say some of them fantastic solutions that could be implemented right now. Those that are already developed, those that are already there, and they have some great founders who we have now with us today. And there are three of them, and they will share very quickly in a pitch format what they're doing. And we are having also a panel, a jury panel of investors who are going to comment on their products and hopefully maybe even become one of their supporters. I'm very honored to have today with me on that investors panel, Paul Graham, who is the Vice President MasterCard. Paul, are you with us? Okay, we have Victoria Zini from Early Bird. We have
Hello.
Mohamad. Hello, Victoria. Thank you for joining. We have Mohamad Hamade from Amanat Holdings. And we have the representative of Arha Ventures India, Deepanshu Siddhanti. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. Hi, hello. Wonderful having you all with us. Thank you for staying a little bit longer, but I couldn't stop that particular discussion. And I really wanted to have the world hear these findings and shared knowledge. And also, I would like now to introduce, without further ado, our three startups that will be part of this pitching session. So the whole idea is that after we hear the three of them, everyone pitching for 3 minutes and having a Q&A with all of us for another 3 minutes, we shall vet their presentation and their obviously the capacity of their product by 5 main factors: team capacity, project scalability, business approach, marketing approach, and uniqueness of the idea. We've had so far more than 150 applications in our COVID challenge, the COVID Health Security Challenge at WEBIT. It is already on the website. Still, you can apply for the second batch and for the further batches. And we're working very closely with a number of international organizations supporting them with information. In the previous world and life, we were calling it deal flow, but now it's basically a solution which we can have together. And of course, all of these three that you will hear are focusing their products and their solutions for finding somehow a solution for fighting the COVID-19. The first, which we will hear now, and I'm saying hello to Marco from Kupovex. Hello, Marco, are you with us?
Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Marco, you are with us from Finland. We hear you very well. Hi.
Hello, yes, I'm from Oulu, north part of Finland. Hello.
Wonderful having you with us. I shall be setting up the timer, and I would like to request you to fit within these 3 minutes and then to hear the questions from everyone from the jury. So please start and feel free to share your screen, obviously.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I would like to introduce to you Kupovex, which is a device for continuous care and pain assessment. What do we do with the Kupovex? It's an easily attachable, lightweight IoT device which wirelessly and continuously measures extensive set of clinically relevant biomarkers vital to assessment of well-being and physical conditions. And these measurements can be monitored remotely, anywhere, anytime by healthcare professionals and home users with the mobile application or alternatively with web application. So, for instance, doctors and nurses can easily monitor patients who are under medical scrutiny or requires medical supervision. For instance, those who are infected by corona. But on the other hand, Kupovex also allows home members to monitor other home members from even across the world. So what is unique in our device? We actually measure more parameters than any device on the world. So it's an awesome set of parameters: vertical angle, sound, body temperature, respiratory rate, skin conductivity, heart rate ECG, heart rate variable, body frequency, SDNN, pain, heart rate, and EMG. And as you can see, most of them are relevant for coronaviruses as well. So you can actually select any of these parameters from the web application, mobile application, individually or as a group. But then actually we have also web applications, so you can actually have an overview of amount of patient. For example, in this example, 9 patients. And then if you are interested in one particular person, you zoom into that person and you actually see all these 9 parameters from that particular person. What we have, so we have the devices for home users, hospitals and care homes, partners, and then we also have a disposable ECG sticker, and addition to that also gateway, which we have developed ourselves. Later we will also monetize big data. So our very conservative sale estimate, this is before the coronavirus. We expect that to sell this year, or we expect to have revenue 1.1 million this year, growing every year, expecting to have around 35 million revenue by 2024. And our go-to-market plan, obviously, we first go to developing countries. So we have a partner in China and also in Pakistan, and we have got big orders already from Pakistan. And in second phase, we actually launched this product to EU and US. And since we started, we have been very successful with the product. We have participated quite a few competitions. And if we have not won, then at least we have been in the finals. Recently, we have got a PCT patent and also approval to start a clinical trial. And then approximately 1 month ago, we participated in R&D Innovation Hack in US, San Francisco, and we were part of the winning team there. So our team is very capable, very experienced people, as well as our advisors. They are very well known worldwide, specialists in different domains. And here we are seeking 900K in order to be able to ramp up the product. Thank you.
Thank you very much for making on time. That's almost. So I would like to request now questions from our investors panel. Victoria?
Yeah, so I had a question around who are the target patients? Are you looking just at children? You had pictures of the baby or adults as well? And how have you been able to pilot this, particularly with COVID patients? I mean, we've heard today about the uncertainty around some of the biomarkers and things like that. So how well could your product actually track how patients are improving or getting worse?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So this initiative came from the fact that all university hospitals, they actually listed the biggest problems they have in the hospital. And it was an innovation competition. We participated and we won the competition with our proposal. This was one of the major problems that the doctors and nurses are facing in every day. And then we wanted to, we have also done market research. But then approximately 2 months ago, we went to Pakistan because we know Pakistan is a huge market. They are lacking the measurement devices. So they are very expensive and mostly they only do 1 or 2 measurements and they are with wire. So we went to Pakistan and visited 4 hospitals and we already got 2 big orders from those 2 hospitals. So the market need is clearly there.
A question on the international scaling. Is there much regulation issues when you go from one market to the next. The closest thing I've got on the top of my head to compare this was the Apple Watch when they were launching the ECG feature. Was available in US and not in UK, for example. So clearly your devices do an awful lot more. Do they regularly have to approve to use these features first before you can launch in a new market?
So concerning the regulation, so we have already started right from the beginning, kind of becoming a compliant of ISO 13485. So we are focusing really on that one. And what actually is different between our device and, for instance, Apple Watch, you cannot necessarily, or you can't measure ECG reliably with the Apple Watch. So it has to be on the chest. And this is exactly why we have the device on the chest. So we have taken all the regulations into account.
And one follow-up question, just on your business model. It's all about manufacturing and selling the manufactured product. Is there any recurring revenue business models underlying?
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. So obviously, we want to sell as many devices as possible, and as well as those disposable one-time usage stickers. But additionally, we will be getting the congruent revenue from the hospitals. So hospitals, we have actually two applications. One is for home users, another one is for hospitals. And hospital is more advanced. And because it's being more advanced, there is some additional things that we do for them, and it's actually the kind of revenue that we will get on a regular basis from them.
Thank you. Last question from Deepanshu, please.
Yeah. So, so you have two markets here. One is business to business that you're currently getting orders from in Pakistan. And the second is business to consumers, like direct consumers. So do you have a strategy in place for that B2C market that you're catering to?
Yes, so B2C is already, we have a very strong partner in China and Pakistan. That has been our focus right from the beginning, that we will focus on developing countries. And we have extremely strong partners there who will take care of the distribution and customers in those countries. And currently we are seeking, later when we expand to Europe and US, we are seeking partners in those countries. And we are already in negotiation with some partners in Europe and US.
So just to follow up with that, so I just wanted a number that you're focusing to get in maybe Pakistan and China from B2C as a business. So the number of units that you're going to sell. Do you have something in mind, or the production capacity you have around it? So the number exactly. So
this was a good example that we visited 4 hospitals, and 2 of them already placed order, which was 800 devices and 35,000 stickers from the 2 hospitals. So obviously it will give a good indication that the potential is huge. And there was a plan that there will be a delegation coming over to Oulu. They will demonstrate further for some other hospitals, and we get additional orders from them. But unfortunately, this delegation was not able to come because of Corona to Oulu.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Marco, please stay with us, and we move next to our second startup selected from the first.
My name is Rainer Planitz. I'm the CEO of Cogvis, and we developed with Cogvis AI a 3D sensor solution together with artificial intelligence to support all the adults and the care process. So we've been founded in 2007 as a spin-off of the Technical University of Vienna, and we are experts in intelligent 3D sensors as well as artificial intelligence. And we combined these two various important facts to develop a product on the healthcare sector. So we're on the market since 2017, focusing on Austria, Germany, Switzerland, but we also have some installations in Sweden and Russia as well. Our team consists of highly experienced management in healthcare as well as research. One of our founders is also assistant professor at the university. We recruit our experts in computer vision directly from the university, so we got really the best people, and have our capacity in marketing and sales in-house, as well as where we have external experts involved in our company. And for financing, we have some serial entrepreneurs within the company, as well as serial investors. So really some experts. So what are the challenges for people getting older and also the care process in general. So we're focusing on hospitals, but also nursing homes, as well as private homes where care is needed for all the adults. So there's not enough qualified personnel. They're getting sick. They get the COVID-19 and they are not being able to support and monitor for the people anymore. And also, of course, direct personal contact should be avoided. And also, of course, everybody's getting very nervous and it's really tough for them. So our solution consists of 6 different apps. So we have fall detection with the 3D sensor. It's mounted to the wall, so we can detect without the need to wear any devices when a person has fallen down and send an alarm immediately. We can prevent the falls, so we detect when a person is getting up. We also have some safety and security features. We can detect aggressive behavior and also protect suicide, which is really important in psychosocial long-term facilities, and also especially for dementia, where we think that's really, really important for the COVID-19 crisis. We can detect once a person is getting out of the bed and not returning to the bed. So just imagine the person suffering from dementia and having COVID-19, and the person is not staying in their bed as they should because they cannot handle this situation. So they just start wandering, they just start walking around and just walk around throughout the whole nursing home or hospital. So one solution is to lock the room, that the person is still within the room. The other solution is to use Cogvis AI in order to detect once the person is trying to get up and want to leave the room. So our sales and distribution approach, we're doing direct sales in Austria, but we are focusing on partners. So we have been talking to very strong partners already, direct supply from the US, for example. Lynette is a Czech hospital bed manufacturer, as well as Milestone from the security sector, but also recently we've been talking to IBM in the US and also to Toyota and also some nursing homes in Australia. So we're just really, at the moment, we're scaling up our solution and our business. So what is the benefits for them? So it's relevant for individuals who are living at home. So just to make sure that they're okay, that everything is fine. For care organizations, but also for mobile carers who took care, and also for 24-hour care services. Just people are not being able to spend that much time that they're used to do looking for their beloved ones as well as their inhabitants. So our solution gives more time for them because we reduce the time-consuming monitoring routine and administrative work.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much, Rainer.
Welcome.
Thank you for this. I just allowed myself to add some more time to all of you because here we're not a pitch competition, right? It's a different story. All the winners from our ongoing programs will be allowed to join us with a free exhibition stand at WEBIT, with opportunity to participate in the big award of 1 million, and of course all other expenses that we're covering as grants to the selected startups. So it's really our impact to the society. So that's why I allow myself to give you a minute more until now for the first 2 participants. I would like to request now the esteemed jury to start with the questions.
I have a question for you, if I may. Congratulations for such a great platform. Your main target from a reimbursement model perspective is who? Is it the hospital, or do you expect the insurance company to cover that? Because obviously your technology helps the quality of care and avoid falls and probably further expenses on any medical condition. So who are you catering for? What's the reimbursement model?
Well, at the moment, it's mostly directly the hospital as well as the nursing homes, because they can save a lot of money as well. But of course, we're talking already to some insurances in Austria as well, because it's a huge impact on the global society as well, and also on the healthcare system.
Your model of direct sales reps looks very expensive. I guess these are some sort of commission sales force, are they?
Yes.
Why did you choose to go that route for your business model?
Well, because it's a new technology, and what we found is that in the last 2 years, we needed to make sure that we have a perfect product to market fit, because nursing homes, they are quite, in Austria, they're very traditional. they are not really open for new technology. So for the last 2 years, we said, okay, that's the way we need to go to understand our customers.
I have a question around to establish the market size, actually. So how easy is it to deploy? Is it image-based? I didn't get how the sensor was sort of detecting these events. And then would it only work where there's one patient per room type of setup? Or how do you foresee its use in wards where there's more than one patient?
So our solution can detect up to 2 patients in the room, so we can monitor 2 patients individually. And the installation, the sensor, it's a 3D sensor. It's not a camera. So, but what we get is 3D images. It's like the distances which are measured from the system, and out of the 3D point cloud, we can reconstruct the movement and also the behavior monitoring for the person.
Can you shed some light on the competition that you have at present, and like who are the startups or maybe established players in the market where you're competing with right now?
So there are not many solutions who are using 3D sensors. So one of them is, for example, Stanley Healthcare, but they only focus on the fall detection itself. So what we are doing is we're one step further. So our technology is already patented, and it's not only that we have a fall detection approach, but we have this app scenario. So we have a technological platform where we can easily add new use cases and change use cases. And the highest benefits are because that the person, the healthcare team, they can choose which apps they want to use in each individual case. So they do not need to buy another solution which has some solution for this or that. So it's just an all-in-one solution where you can choose the apps when you need it. So it's very personalized.
I'm trying to understand your client acquisition strategy, and because it's really, I think it's kind of expensive, the way you approach it. Can you shed a little bit more light, but really very, very quickly?
Yes. So as I said, the last 2 years we've been in direct contact with our clients, but now, for example, with Lynette, they have already their clients, because their clients, they are manufacturer of hospital beds. So they have already the clients of the hospitals. So they just want to use it as an add-on for their solution, not selling only the bed, but also to have more technology within the patient's room, and they're already in contact with them.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
So, hi again. I'm Ellington West, CEO and co-founder of Sonavi Labs. As I mentioned, we are a Baltimore-based company, spin out of Hopkins, and we are harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to transform the way that we identify, detect, and manage chronic respiratory diseases. As I mentioned, prior to this pandemic, we were already dealing with I would say, respiratory crisis. And now when you layer that on top of it, we all know that we just do not have enough access to resources, specifically physicians and those with diagnostic capabilities. So our team developed Felix about 6 years ago. We have on board a classification algorithm that is listening for abnormalities in respiratory patients. And all you have to do is simply place the device on the chest of yourself or your patient for 10 seconds per location. And the device is literally mimicking that of a physician's ability to process what it is that they are hearing. So we tested this and validated it on over 10,000 patients in 7 different countries. One key component that we have is our adaptive noise cancellation. It was so important for us to remove all of the ambient noise in order for the algorithm to actually make the appropriate classifications. The device is also Bluetooth enabled. So while it is standalone and the patient or the physician gets immediate feedback with a blinking of a green light if everything is okay, or a red light if there's cause for concern, we recognize that we needed additional information. So the physician will have a dashboard that allows for them to follow the trends of the patient. Are they improving? Are they getting worse? And on the patient side of things, they'll have an app that actually allows them to also follow their own trends. Now, how does this apply to COVID? Well, right now we have our device deployed in 2 hospitals in the US, and we're sending devices to Dubai on Monday morning. as a request from their crown prince. So what we're doing is working with removing the sound of the ventilator. So right now, where patients are intubated, the ventilators are so loud that working the way that it traditionally would. So the physicians aren't able to hear as clearly as they would like to the status and state of the lung. So we train the algorithm in 48 hours to actually remove the sound of the ventilators. We also wanted to reduce clinical staff need to be around these patients to reduce spread of infection. So right now the protocol is every hour you have a physician going in, auscultating on the patient, and then another physician or another nurse coming in. So what we wanted to do was be able to put this device on the patient, record the sounds, have that sent via Bluetooth to their EMR system, and then allow that panel of physicians to review that patient without having to have exposure to that patient. The third positive thing that we're doing is eliminating the high-risk patients that are already dealing with respiratory diseases from coming into the hospital. With this device deployed at home, the physician is able to manage that chronic respiratory patient in home, reducing the need and the strain that we're putting on the healthcare system currently. We've really identified 3 key markets, and we're entering them in 3 unique ways. We've created a professional version that is used as a second layer of diagnostic support for our physicians. That's a smaller market size and market opportunity, about 250 million. We're focusing on those chronic respiratory patients. This device is prescribed by the physician, reimbursed in the US for the hardware, and that patient is monitored at home. And then also third, we're working on population level data analytics with all of the data that we're able to collect. Our team is uniquely qualified to execute. We have 5 PhDs, 2 MDs, and really our strategic partners behind us like Johnson & Johnson, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Philips, and Find DX. So I welcome your questions. I'm sorry if that was a bit jumbled, but I'm ready for your questions.
Quick one from my side. Given my medical background as a physician, I wanted to better understand there's plenty of data that you can be collecting besides just that related to the lung. How do you plan to analyze that data and eventually monetize on it? Is that part of your business approach?
Yes, absolutely. So we wanted to start out specifically focusing on respiratory and really dominating that space with our analytics. But as we're, auscultating and recording these sounds, we're also able to pick up cardiovascular sounds. And we're also interested in exploring the power of bowel sounds when it comes to obstruction. So we are starting with respiratory, moving to cardio, and then we'll be addressing bowel sounds. It's really to us about the acoustic. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it was just a follow-up on that question in terms of reimbursement. You mentioned you had reimbursement in the US. Is that for one indication? What's the likelihood for the others? And is that the primary business model that you're hoping to follow in other territories too?
Yeah, sure. So speaking directly to your first question, we are able to, just with the push towards telehealth, not just only reimburse the physician for seeing the patient, but also the 3 largest insurance companies in the US are interested in reimbursing the hardware itself. And that's really where our opportunity stems from. And then when we're exploring in other countries, we're working with Turkey and Dubai, and just based on different systems, we are trying to work with payers, but it is varying, and we're starting in the US and then working our way out.
Well, just to let you know, we're investors in the MENA region, and I'm speaking to you from Dubai, so happy to connect offline on this one.
Oh, I would love that. That would be fantastic.
All right, sounds great. Thank you to all of you who were part. Maybe one more question to Sonavi Labs, and let's have a quick chat together. Any other questions? All right. Oh, good. Congratulations, and thank you for making it. It's been a small technological miracle, isn't it? Called communication.
Yes.
Well, I would like now to call the jury. We already have the pitches done, and so we also have our votes. I would like to request you to do the vote on the last presentation. I would like now to make the final announcement of who the winner is. Again, the three of the companies were truly amazing, and definitely I think there will be a great opportunity and investment, both as investor. I say this as investor, as someone who really would like to see advancement in health security, and I think they're all a great match. What I would like to say is that at the end of the day, there's always one winner, and according to what I see in front of me, the screen of the vets, I see that Cogvis has managed to collect in total 31 points out of 50 maximum. I would say that the jury, being one of them, was quite, I would say, focused on specific verticals. As we've discussed, marketing was hard to understand, but I think we made some assumptions based on that. So 31 points out of 50 for Cogvis. And we have the winner, which is with 37.2 points, and this is Sonavi Labs. Congratulations to Sonavi Labs, and obviously it was worth trying to connect through all possible means with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for today and for this opportunity and just our continued fight as a global community.
Thank you so much to you. Congratulations on your victory and receiving the award, getting wild card for WEBIT, and looking forward to stay in touch. Definitely, we will continue supporting the ecosystem, and all three of you will be referred also to the United Nations Global COVID-19 contest that was just launched. So we shall be referring you to them and further supporting you, because that's what we do. That's why we do it. And hopefully we will see very soon the results. I would like to express my special gratitude to all of you who participated, the professors who were part of our first part of WEBIT Virtual premiere. This is not the usual WEBIT Virtual. This was invitation only, a close ring of friends and family, and very strong community members who were invited to this special gathering. So I thank you so much, all of you. Special thanks to the investors panel, Paul, Victoria, Mohamad, and Deepanshu. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all participants. And now I would like to request back Professor Shafi Ahmed. Shafi, are you with us?
I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Definitely, great. And actually, now you don't look like an alien. It's only the alien is only left behind you in the green box. You were. It was a very interesting thing to see today. We tried the virtual backgrounds, but I think we've created something that shall be talked about afterwards. As a pre-screening, we learned some lessons from this particular technology. So Shafi, what is your takeaway? We had a very, very, very deep discussions on the problem called COVID-19 and the fight against the coronavirus. So what would be your 30-second wrap-up of what we've heard, and what do you expect in the next few months?
I thought the most important thing was to learn from other countries. As I said before in my opening piece, this is a global pandemic requiring global solutions. We've had the most amazing, experienced doctors on the front line from China and Milan discussing what they faced at the beginning. The world needs to take heed and learn from their discussions and from their experiences and save lives around the world. So it was, I think, really powerful having such wonderful speakers together on the same stage. And I thought it was a great experience. I learned a lot myself.
Same here. And I'm absolutely grateful for making this happen. On my side, I would like to thank you personally for taking over the responsibility and not only being chair of the WEBIT Health Innovation Summit, but further becoming the host of the Health Innovation Program of WEBIT Virtual. And we shall further keep the discussion open. And hopefully very soon we shall announce during the next week our next edition of Health Innovation. Thank you very much, Professor Shafi Ahmed.
My pleasure. Thank you, Plamen.
and look forward to stay in touch. Everyone, thank you so much for being with us. It's been much longer than expected, but for a start, I believe we gave, let's say, the taste of what WEBIT Virtual is going to be. Hopefully next time we shall be in a position to bring the packaging of the whole television and the upcoming edition with Raja Rajamanar, the Chief Marketing Officer of MasterCard and President Healthcare of MasterCard, with truly amazing speakers, will be the official premiere. Thank you all, really, thank you for being with us, and look forward to stay in touch. Be safe, stay healthy, and again, it's not about leadership anymore, it's about stewardship, and it's about us. Looking forward to keep and grow that community together. Thank you.
Thank you.